ceremony. Before Father Tom O'Neill, our graduates, family members, so we're going to begin.
Is in good Martyrs. His family. That's to be some.
Thank you, Father. On faculty and staff, the 50 special guests, incoming president. As an educational institution, Jesuit High School has served the Catholic and civic community of the greater Sacramento Carmichael campus and dedicated to Jesuit North American Martyrs. We are honored to provide our students with a Jesuit education, a tradition which extends back to 1548, when St. Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, approved the first school in Messina, Sicily. We gather on this 26th day of May in the year 2018 to celebrate the completion of college preparatory studies of the class of 2018 and to bestow extraordinary awards and diplomas. Please remain seated for the academic procession. Thank you. Auditorium Award. Involvement is considered Auditorium delivered. Graduates, remove your caps. After Tom has finished the opening prayer, remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
Good morning. Let us begin in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Loving God, today we gather in your presence one last time as the Jesuit High School class of 2018. We are here to celebrate the past 4 years and all of our accomplishments. We would not be the people we are now without our experiences at Jesuit. We would not be here today without the guidance and help of so many people. We are thankful for all those who sacrificed for us to be here. These past 4 years would not have been possible without the constant love and support of our parents and guardians. Words cannot fully describe our appreciation for all they have done for us. Lord, we are thankful for our teachers, coaches, and all the faculty and staff at Jesuit. In the classroom, we grew intellectually and spiritually. Our teachers took the time to not only teach us the course material, but went out of their way to help us individually and showed us examples of men and women for others. We are thankful for the opportunities and experiences at Jesuit. We learned, we grew, and we were shaped by our time in the pool, on the field, in the gym, on the stage, in the classroom, and up at Applegate. Through our service, both internationally and here at home, we learned what it means to not only be men for others, but to be men with and for others. Lord, in the years to come, we may not remember every class, every lecture, every game, every practice, or every performance, but we will remember each other and the love of our brotherhood. With our love, we have comforted one another, celebrated one another, we stood up for what we believed in, and we left our mark on this school. Each of us have 267 brothers in this auditorium today. We can't leave our love on campus and forget about it. Our love is like a fire, and we should spread it to the rest of the world. Let us take our talents and love out into the world and live forth. God bless us all and bring peace to the world. Amen. St. Ignatius Loyola, in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Please be seated. Please be seated. Graduates may replace your caps. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Mr. Cargile, members of the Jesuit High School Instrumental Program. We are blessed by our gifts throughout the school year. We especially congratulate the senior members of all our instrumental music ensembles. Jesuit secondary schools share something in common. We all hope that upon graduation, our graduates will be intellectually competent, open to growth, religious, loving, and committed to justice. These young men in front of us have done all of those things during their years at Jesuit. I think I can speak on behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration in saying we are proud of these young men for their accomplishments and excited for them as they prepare to take the next steps in their journey. Gentlemen, today is an important day. It's an ending and a beginning. And I am honored to be here with you and your families as we celebrate your accomplishments by honoring you with a Jesuit high school diploma, a symbol of your hard work in and out of the classroom. Not only have you successfully completed a rigorous course of study, but you've also grown in your capacity to love and care for others, especially those most in need. Each of you has walked your own path, but you have had companions on your journey. You sit among many of them now. Your classmates, your brothers, other companions, your teachers, moderators, coaches, and administrators are here with you today as well. And most important companions of all, your family surround you today with love on this momentous occasion. To the faculty and staff, your care for these men before us has been outstanding. You have taught them invaluable lessons. You have known them and cared for them as individuals during great times and difficult times. Father Adolfo Nicolas, the previous Father General of the Society of Jesus, said that Jesuit schools are a platform for the transformation of the heart. You, our faculty and staff, are agents of this transformation, and you share in their accomplishment today. To the faculty and staff, I am grateful for your efforts. Please give them a round of applause. Parents, step-parents, guardians, grandparents, brothers, sisters, and other family gathered here today, you too share in the accomplishments of these men. You have encouraged them, pushed them to be their best, laughed with them, you've cried with them. You have loved them as Christ does, unconditionally. Through studies, performances, competitions, through their good choices, through their questionable choices. Some of those too. But your support confirms one of the most important things that we teach our students, that they are indeed worthy of God's unconditional love. Gentlemen, you know that you were never meant to stay with us. You were always meant to go forth into this world, and our world needs you. They need you to be men of conscience and compassion. The world needs you to go out there and be men for others. Please know that you will be remembered. Our campus is more than just a campus, it's special, it's a home. A place like Jesuit is special because it has the capacity to remember and to be remembered. You will be remembered by the students that take your place. They're going to tell your stories, and so will we. And I know that you will always remember Jesuit High School. So thank you, gentlemen, and good luck. As we celebrate the passion and dedication of the class of 2018, we now present some of the members of the class with Exemplary Awards. The majority of awards for outstanding academic and co-curricular achievement for this academic year were bestowed at our annual awards convocation. The recipients of most of those honors and awards are listed in your graduation program today. We congratulate all the recipients and their families for their significant contributions to the excellence of our school community. In addition to this Auditorium Award, there are 10 other exemplary awards which are reserved for today's commencement exercises. These awards are honors that Jesuit High School bestows on graduating seniors, and they are decided after input from the senior class, the faculty, the administration, and the school awards committee. While it's a difficult task to make these selections from a class of so many worthy candidates, it's an honor for me to announce the award recipients of this ceremony. To begin, the Scholar Athlete Award is presented to the senior who has consistently maintained a high grade point average and who has contributed in an extraordinary way to the success of the athletic program of the school. The class of 2018's Scholar Athlete Award is presented to Dominic Wall. Dominic, please come forward. Congratulations, Dominic. The Scholar Artist Award is presented to the senior who has consistently maintained a high grade point average and who has contributed significantly to the visual and performing arts program of the school. The class of 2018's Scholar Artist Award is presented to Nathan Cowan. Nathan, please come forward. Congratulations, Nathan. The Very Reverend Pedro Arrupe of the Society of Jesus Award. This award honors the memory and contributions of one of the previous superior generals of the Society of Jesus. Father Pedro Arrupe was the author who first articulated that the ideal and goal of a Jesuit education is to become a person for others. He always said that graduates should be agents of change who cannot even conceive of the love of God, which does not at least include a love for the least of our neighbors. We present this award to the graduating senior who has distinguished himself in loving service and made the well-being of others a major concern of his life. The class of 2018's Father Pedro Arrupe of the Society of Jesus Award is presented to Elliot Raskin. Congratulations, Elliot. Our next award, the Jesuit Schools Network Award. The development of each student's God-given talents to full measure is a prominent goal in Jesuit secondary education. Jesuit is one of over 50 Jesuit high schools in the United States. The ultimate aim of Jesuit education is the full growth of the person, which leads to action. Action that is infused with the spirit and presence of Jesus Christ. Each year, the Jesuit Schools Network and each of its member schools honor seniors who embody the qualities that we hope for in our graduates. The class of 2018's Jesuit Schools Network Award is presented to David Crowley and Joseph Marchand. Congratulations, David and Joseph. The North American Martyrs Award is presented to seniors who best demonstrate the values and attributes of the Jesuit North American martyrs, for whom our school is named. Faith, perseverance, and a commitment to putting love into action for the greater glory of God. These Jesuits persevered through many obstacles and struggles in their teaching and preaching of the gospel. With great love for God and compassion for God's people, it is in the same spirit of perseverance and rootedness in Jesus Christ that characterize the tradition of Jesuit high school today. Likewise, the students who receive this award mirror the very same characteristics. The class of 2018's North American Martyrs Award is presented to Tyler Smith. Congratulations, Tyler. The Alumni of Jesuit High School's Outstanding Service Award is given to seniors who have contributed conspicuously to the activities of the school, often without recognition, and always with hard work. Service stands at the heart of the idealism of St. Ignatius of Loyola, the hallmark of Jesuit education. The award is named in honor of many alumni who have and who do serve the school so well. The class of 2018's Alumni of Jesuit High School's Outstanding Service Awards are presented to Michael Honecker and Scott Tooley. Michael and Scott, congratulations. The Principals Award. Academic excellence has always been synonymous with Jesuit education. That same excellence transcends the walls of the classroom we found in all places and activities in which Jesuit students are involved. It is our mission that our graduates will develop excellence with a purpose, and that purpose will be to serve God. The Principals Award is given to seniors who have distinguished themselves by their school spirit, service to the community, and general excellence. There are 3 of these young men today. The class of 2018's Principals Award is presented to Nicholas Pedroncelli, Jordan Pink, and Gabriel Valdivinos. Please come forward. Congratulations, Nicholas, Jordan, and Gabriel. The President's Award is given to the graduate who has excelled in every dimension of Jesuit high school life, and who by his leadership has demonstrated through scholarship, excellence in conduct, and outstanding devotion to the school through participation in both curricular and co-curricular activities. The class of 2018's President's Award is presented to Austin Weideman. Congratulations, Austin. The Ignatian Award. The Ignatian Award is given to the senior who has been deemed most outstanding in many phases of school life. In addition to extraordinary academic achievement, co-curricular involvement, and general excellence, this senior embodies the Christian vision advocated by the founder of the Jesuit order, St. Ignatius of Loyola. The Ignatian Award winner models the goals of the Jesuit education and exemplifies what it means to be a man for others. Mrs. Paul, Mr. Shanahan, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to present the Ignatian Award recipients of the class of 2018 to Casey Gillis and Will Roberts. Casey and Will, congratulations. The Valedictorian Award is given to a senior recognition of his outstanding achievements during his high school years. He represents the senior class in expressing gratitude to the parents and farewell to his classmates. Mrs. Paul, Mr. Shanahan, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to present the Valedictorian Award recipient of the class of 2018 to Pedro Satarjo.
Friends, family, guests, faculty, administration, staff, Ben Peterson's dog, Toronto, and to those wearing proudly the majestic crimson robes in front of me, it is an honor to speak to you on behalf of the class of 2018. For 3 years, I sat behind that stage with my clarinet in hand, watching this speech on a big screen, and I honestly never thought I'd be giving one of my own. Thank you, band, and king of the band nerds, Mr. Cargill, for the excellent music. So, having heard 3 valedictory addresses in the past, you would think that I would have some sense of what to say. But after sitting down and doing some research in preparation for this speech, I have realized that I've been given an impossible task. You see, in our 4 years, we've spent around 660 days in school, which, after taking account late starts, translates to about 4,000 hours of instruction. This number doesn't even count the hours spent at practices, games, events, and competitions that occur after school and on the weekend. Now, how am I supposed to compress 4 years of experience into an 8-minute speech that represents approximately 0.003% of our time here? I hope you can sympathize with my inability to put into words what this time has meant to me. It's simply ineffable. Now, it would be easy to list the remarkable accomplishments that we have achieved during our time at Jesuit. Section titles and league titles in water polo, in football, rugby, cross country, soccer, swimming, tennis, golf, and volleyball. We have numerous students attending the top universities in the United States. We pride ourselves on having amazing clubs. We have helped raise over 260,000 pounds for the canned food drive, donated 348 pints of life-saving blood, and contributed $400,000 in sales for magazines. Grandma must be doing pretty well. We've participated in immersion trips across the continent. We've put on shows and concerts. Yet to list superficial awards, numbers, and achievements would not encompass what these 4 years mean to us. We have fallen together, grown together, and succeeded together. We've fallen together, and I mean this quite literally. Remember Frosh overnight? Being lovingly abducted from the car by the junior ground crew who were cheering their heads off? Eating dinner at a senior's house and then having shared prayer with all the big brothers, little brothers, and a faculty member? Sleeping on the gym floor as the water boy played on the projector, and then Marshall the Penguins to drive us to sleep? However, one particular activity remains fresh in my mind, and that is the trust fall. Basically, we outstretched our arms in a T shape and fell backwards blindly, not being able to see the ground. Hope hoping to be caught by a group of 6 seniors, people whom we really didn't know. As freshmen, a lot of us, including myself, were smaller back then. But there were a few exceptions, like Darren and Chris, who were well over 6 feet and who happened to be in my group. The seniors wanted to raise the stakes, so instead of having us fall from the ground, they had us fall from a table, which is specifically what Mr. LeBeouf told them not to do. Naturally, Darren and Chris were a little bit nervous as they prepared to fall from the table, their heads grazing the ceilings. To be honest, I wasn't sure whether the seniors would catch them. Nevertheless, they did. Although we may have felt apprehensive, they did not let any one of us hit the ground, catching us when we fall. This was a small, symbolic gesture of brotherhood. Over these 4 years, there have been times where we've gotten close to hitting the ground. Depression, feeling isolated, death of a loved one. But we caught each other, and our loved ones caught us. There have been many people that have supported us even before we stepped foot onto Jesuit's campus. And of course, they are our parents. I am indebted to you, Mom, for everything. From sending and picking me up to school, to preparing those awesome freshly home-cooked meals, for being a model of faith, compassion, and love. You were my first teacher. You comforted me when I was discouraged. You corrected me when I was wrong. Mom, you told me that the one thing you ask in return is that I be there for you when you grow old. I promise to do that. I'll take care of you when the time comes. It is the least I could do for a person who showed me love for a lifetime. Dad, you were the first person who demonstrated how to be a man for others. You worked as hard as you could to provide for Catherine, Mom, and me. Even though you were tired, you still found time to play badminton or throw a football in the backyard, and you never complained. You taught me how to give and not expect anything in return, how to remain strong in the face of adversity, and how loving actions speak louder than loving words. For those whose parents cannot be with us today, remember the poem Footprints in the Sand. You are their precious, precious child. They love you and would never leave you. During times of trial and suffering, when you only saw one set of footprints in the sand, they carry you. As many of us will soon be separated by distance as we leave for college, find time to express gratitude to your parents in your own and unique way. We also need to express gratitude to our teachers, because without them, Jesuit High School wouldn't be Jesuit High School. It would just be the place where the Jesuit priests live. Obviously, I'm grateful to have learned the 9 animal phyla from Miss Yang, social justice from Miss Cardenas, the definition of the integral from Miss Pell, ice tables from Mr. Witzgall, vectors from Miss Doherty, the verbal cultural matrix from Mr. Hornback, the life of Stagnacious by Father Pierce, exegesis by Mr. Loveridge, eudaimonia from Mr. Lupino, conjugation of verbs from Miss Kelso, subjunctive tense from Mr. Broussel, and political science from Mr. Campos. Yet, isn't that what they're paid to do? We expect our teachers to adequately prepare us for AP tests and teach us, right? That's why our parents invest in Jesuit education. Yes, but every teacher has done more than what is required or even expected, such as Mr. Lya opening his room at lunch for us to chill in, Mr. Andrew chaperoning FBLA trips, Mr. Sai and Ms. Stats supplying our cybersecurity team with lots of candy before we compete, Ms. Becker giving me too much time for a physics retake, and Mr. O'Connor spending hours listening to me rant about Star Wars. Whether it be through coaching or being with us on Kairos, our teachers reveal their passion for cultivating our success. It is a passion that truly makes them invaluable. In English 1 Excel, Mr. Hornback would say, gentlemen, if a meteor crashed into this classroom and killed every one of us, who would remember you? Who would remember us? What legacy have we left behind? Perhaps we'll be remembered for the titles, the awards, the recognitions we've received, or maybe the LaCroix Instagram page. But I think more importantly, we'll be remembered by the people we've shown love. We will be remembered as the class that spearheaded the formation of the All Love Alliance that seeks to create a more inclusive environment for those of different sexual orientations. We will be remembered as a class who led the student body in solidarity with students in Parkland whose lives have been robbed. Our legacy will be one of school spirit and of heart. We have succeeded together. Each one of us has undergone a metamorphosis of character. I think all of us can say that the person that is standing here today is different than the person who entered Jesuit 4 years ago. For example, I entered Jesuit as a short, nerdy, and introverted kid. And I'm graduating Jesuit as a short, nerdy, and introverted kid who isn't afraid to drop into the splits at a dance. Dean Kelly knows what I'm talking about. Seriously though, we've grown up and we've gained more responsibility. And I sincerely believe that we've changed for the better. We have grown together. Now, I'm not going to pretend that life gets any easier after high school, but we do not stop growing as men. I'll leave you with 3 quotes. The first one is known as Hywell's Law, which is printed on a piece of paper and hangs on Mr. McGuire's classroom wall. It reads, "You can't have everything." And it's true. There's only so much time and resources in the world, and not enough to go around. While this reality may be hard to accept, the greatest obstacle to success that we'll face is, as Father Sawalski said, believing that what we have isn't enough. So I say to you, never believe that you're not smart enough, strong enough, talented enough. You want to change the world? You have exactly what you need. I know some of you will become successful doctors, lawyers, musicians, actors, athletes, and businessmen, but I hope everyone in this class continues to be great sons, great brothers, and for those who decide to have children, become great fathers. Maybe then we can shatter the bleak reality of Hywell's Law, you can't have everything, by being men who give more than we take. There are many things in life you can't control, but you can choose to be a man of integrity and honesty and continue that metamorphosis of character. The final quote comes from Meister Eckhart. If the only prayer you ever say your entire life is thank you, that will be enough. Thank you, parents. Thank you, teachers. Thank you, brothers, for an unforgettable 4 years. And may God bless the bright future of the class of 2018.
that was remarkable. Thank you for that gift this morning to all of us here today. Peter, there was a moment in your speech that made many of us in this room think after this ceremony we're going to go call our parents, tell them that we love them and thank you for all they've done for us. So that was remarkable. At this time, I'm going to introduce the president of Jesuit High School, Lorraine Paul. Before Mrs. Paul comes to speak, I'd like to share my gratitude for Mrs. Paul for being the president of Jesuit High School. Lorraine models what it means to serve. She's devoted her life over 40 years to Catholic education, and she does it for one reason, because she cares about people, she cares about kids, and she loves what she does, and she makes us better by being here. So on behalf of the faculty and staff, Lorraine, thank you.
Thank you, Mike. And Peter, I should have gone first. There's no way to follow up with what you just said. That was just beautiful, and I think really captured the specialness and the magic that is your class. But I just have a few things to share with you this morning, and I want to talk to you graduates, because one of the nicest parts about returning this year as interim president was I was here when you were freshmen as principal. And when I came back and had the first meeting with you as seniors, the first thing I thought of was, oh my God, they have grown. And I was right, but I was only seeing the beginning of how much you've grown. As a class, as men, you've embraced what Jesuit has to offer and have really grown to be men for others. I hope and I know that during these 4 years, Jesuit has been a place that has guided you and challenged you to be the best you can be. Not the best of the person next to you, or your older brother, or someone you admire, but the best you can be, because that's enough. I know you've found true friends, and more than that, you've found brothers. And they've been with you in fun times, in challenging times, but they've been their best, and you've been your best when you challenge each other and help each other to be the best you can be. My prayer for you today is that you will always know that love surrounds you always. God's love is there every moment of every day. And like your parents' love, you don't need to do anything to deserve it. That love is there unconditionally. Remember that, turn to that, and always remember that that love is with you. And I know you've grown to be men for others because I've seen it, and it's been inspirational. Father Arrupe, when he, actual Superior General of the Jesuits, when he first coined this phrase in 1973 when he was giving a speech, he said, men for others, these men will live not for themselves, but for God. Men who cannot even conceive of the love of God, which does not include love for the least of their neighbors. And you've shown that. You've shown that in every service trip you've done, everything you've done to help raise money and goods for the community, but you've also shown it in the way you treat each other. And that's something I know will stay with you. In the coming years, next year you'll begin more education. You'll try to find careers that are meaningful for you. Hopefully you'll all find loving relationships, people to share your life with as friends, as partners. And as you do this, you'll strive for success. I have to admit that as a grandmother these last 3 years, I've been a little more immersed in children's television than I wanted to be. And I've seen some shows that really put me to sleep. One of my granddaughter's favorite shows is called Daniel Tiger. And it's really an offshoot of a show your parents are probably familiar with, which was Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. That was on TV for 4 decades. And Mr. Rogers was a remarkable man. He was really a pioneer in children's programming. And although looking at it now, it seems so boring in so many ways, the message isn't. He taught 4 life lessons, and these are what he instilled in every show. 1 is love your neighbor and love yourself. Stand up for what you believe in. Listen to children. And just being yourself is good enough. Now for the 2, 3, 4, 5-year-olds who watch this show, wouldn't it be wonderful if they believed those 4 things and instilled them in their lives? There's a great documentary right now on PBS about Fred Rogers, and they're actually making a movie, and Tom Hanks is going to be Fred Rogers. So if you have the opportunity, learn a little bit more about him. There's one quote, one of my favorite quotes he said, because he was a very successful man, and someone asked him, what does it take to be successful? And he said, there are 3 ways to ultimate success. The first is, be kind. The second is, be kind. And the third is, be kind. It's really as simple as that. Kindness leads us to serve others. It leads us to respect every person, not just those we agree with or those we like. And it helps us meet and show goodness and love to all we meet and come into our lives. Success comes from that. And you will be successful, I have no doubt about it, especially if you remember to be kind, be kind, be kind throughout your life. This really is a reflection of what Mark is talking about in his gospel, when he's asking and telling us that Jesus tells us to love our neighbor as ourselves. Mother Teresa, that great saint who dedicated her life to caring for the dying and the poor, said, let no one ever come to you without leaving better and happier. Be the living expression of God's kindness. Kindness in your face, kindness in your eyes, kindness in your smile. Kindness matters, gentlemen. Please carry that and share it and let it grow from everything you do and all those you touch. Jesuit has been your home for the past 4 years, and you're moving on to exciting new places and adventures, but know that we always welcome you back. You are a part of us. You've built who we are this year, and we need you to stay connected, to share with us your experiences, to share with us what we might do better. So please, gentlemen, I ask that you do contact us. Come visit us on your breaks. Send emails to your favorite teacher. Let us know how you're doing. And as I prepare to say goodbye to you, and we do, I'm mindful of what I always, they say now naggingly, I don't think that was the case, but my children say. I said to them every night before they went to bed, and that was from the time they were children to the time they left their house for college. And I also said it to them often as they were going out with their friends. And that was, you need to remember 2 things. Number 1, life is good. It's not perfect. It's going to have challenges. But life is good. God has given us this beautiful world, potential, and love. Life is good. And the second thing they always need to remember to this day is that you are loved. I will continue to hold you in my heart, and I will continue to pray that every day you experience and know that life is good and you are loved. And now, I join Dr. Seuss in saying, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Thank you, gentlemen.
A diploma from Jesuit High School carries with it the approval and seal of the Board of Trustees, the administration, and the faculty. The diploma signifies much more than academic achievement. It stands for growth, accomplishments and labor of many kinds, we earnestly hope that it also signifies the vision which originated with St. Ignatius of Loyola. While Jesuit High School is just over 50 years old, the tradition in which our graduates have been educated has continued in Jesuit schools throughout the world for over 450 years. And it is in that long line of students that our graduates will now take their well-deserved place. As the graduates are announced, certain distinctions are also awarded, and they're indicated in the program with asterisks next to the names. With honor indicates a cumulative grade point average of 3.7 to 4.0. With high honor indicates a cumulative honors grade point average of at least 4.0, with highest honor distinguishes the top honors grade point averages in the class. The diplomas will be conferred by Mr. Richard Shanahan, Chairman of the Board of Trustees, and our President, Mrs. Lorraine Paul. Out of respect for families and friends who should be able to hear the announcement of their graduate's name, please hold your applause to a minimum until all the diplomas have been presented. Will the members of the class of 2018 please come forward? Michael James Achinelli. Thomas King Agos. Maroon E. Aguero Dagdu. Reed Griffin Aguilar. Jonathan Ray Ahern. Preston R. Alanese. Yanni Nicholas Alexander. Casey Joseph Altobel. Just a moment. Joseph M. Anderson. Cole F. Andre. Christopher S. Artem. Bangwaram Azragundaran. Jordan J. Atwell. Christian Cruz Ayala. Cole William Baird. Alexander M. Barber. James Edward Bayard II. Peter Beardsley. Spencer James Beckwith. Joseph Patrick Beal. Helbert R. Benitez. George M. Bieri IV. Raimundo Ovencio Eliena. Cooper Davis Black. Christian D. Blair. Tanner R. Green. Max A. Briggs. Bryce Noel Brinka. Joseph Michael Rousseau. Jordan Brown. Nicholas G. Brunner. Nolan C. Burke. Lorenzo J. Burks. Aiden R. Burnett. Andrew G. Bursch. Kobe D. Bird. Crispin Peter Cabrera. Michael Liam Carroll. Cedric Giles Aglipe Katambe. Eric Christopher Cervantes. Jacob C. Cervantes. Luke McCabe Chandler. Kevin George Chapman. Drake Everett Charamuga. Atson Chavez. Max A. Cheney. Justin Michael Choa. Jacob Paul Christman. Tucker S. Collins. Matthew James Condren. Reed Austin Conover. Noah Angelo Costa. Jack Patrick Coglin. Joseph Philip Curry. Armando M. Covarrubias. David Augustus Crowley. Tyler John Cutler. Carlos A. Davila Vieira. John Tomas de Leon. Samuel M. De Leon. Anthony J. Di Cristoforo. Rocco P. Di Giovanni IV. Carson J. Dorsey. Jackson Dre. John Ryan Dreby. Walter S. Egerlin. Logan Howard Eggleston. Michael L. Hyatt. Robert M. Ellison. Matthew Mark Enos. Jack A. Argent. Joshua P. Farr. Christopher F. Sarte Fines. Ryan E. Fitzgerald. Patrick Michael Fitzgibbon. Devin Jeremiah Flores. Paul H. Flores. Matthew Michael Flynn. Jaden Jonathan Fong. Dylan Red Ford. Aiden Kai Fox. Luke Richard Freitas. Jason P. Gallagher. Sebastian Alejandro Garcia. Hayden G. Garland. Casey Anthony Gillis. Joshua Cadloni Gillis. Rajveer S. Gossel. Nicholas L. Grieve. Aaron Wisato. Joseph Cecil Haas. Devin A. Hawsey. Andrew Charlie Haddad. Joseph Shant Hagopian. Adam W. Holloway. Ian R. Halford. Jonathan Robert Hart. Carson Andrew Carthoon. William P. Heisinger. Ryan Russell Hicks. Michael C. Honecker. Charles D. Horan. Andrew J. Hutchcraft. Zachary Quinn. Gino Marco G. Ibanez. Alexander Robert Jacobs. Cody Mitchell Jensen. Hayden Charles Johnson. Harrison Jones. Lucas Patrick Kavanaugh. Garrett Eugene Kennison. Nathan Roth Cowan. Ryan Daniel Kilmer. Don-Hyun Kim. Elias Clay King. Zachary M. Neested. Owen Allen Kopp. Kendrick Michael Lai. Liam Christopher Lawless Roberts. Lawrence LeBlanc. Michael Alexander LeLouis. Mark Lemon. Jack Pierre Leon. Ethan B. Lindgren. Colin McPherson. Ryan Kennedy Madden. Brandon J. Madsen. Ethan B. Mago. Charles R. Mala III. Jake Francis Mullaney. Connor Apuya Manawag. Matthew R. Manis. Joseph B. Marchand. Andrew Maxwell Marsh. Aaron Gregory Marta. Ian Alexander Martin. Jacob Daniel Martin. Jake Robert Martin. Kyle B. Lasagna. Connor Jude McCormick. Donovan J. McGuire. John Paul McGee. McKeever. Nolan H. Mers. Chase C. Miller. Nicholas P. Miller. Brian Ward Miller. Gregory M. Moore. Antonio Andres Mora. Jesse Nathan A. Morales. Luke Frank Moreno. Adam K. Morgan. Nicholas B. Morrow. James T. Murray. Derek Jacob Nakata. Sione Memea Naubai. George Nelson. Jacob E. Nelson. Zurich M. Niazi. Andrew J. Nielsen. Preston A. Norris. Joseph J. North. Brian Alexander Obando. John M. O'Brien. Chase E. Onodera. Cole William Passes. Jack Anthony Malaya. Evan Clay Hansen. Samuel Ryan Paragary. Dominic A. Patron. Jared R. Paulson. Grant Richard Paler. Nicholas Garrett Pedroncelli. Francisco M. Perez. Tobias Cayetano Pestana. Benjamin W. Peterson. Noah Scott Petnato. Mason Alexander Phillips. Rashik Pingili. Jordan Trimby Pink. Carter Kahn. William David Porter. Joel Andres Preciado. Jordan Paul Ray. Elliot J. Raskin. Gavin Gregory Remy. Nathan G. Resuelo Molino. Jake Richards. Max Connor Richens. William Frank Robert. Cameron W. Robertson. Satiri A. Romas. William D. Roush. Joseph A. Rubino. Matthew James Ruggles. David Thomas Ernst Ryan. Maxwell Angus Sackett. Mauricio Salazar. Sonder Zar A. Salazar. Alexander Carl Samuel. Kyle J. Santoya. Jacob Y. Sasaura. Jack T. Sauls. Tristan J. Schubert. Samuel John D. Schwartz. Thomas David Seifert. Nathan Montgomery Sellers. Azad B. Sharman. Samuel R. Sharp. Jonathan L. Shepard. Andrew W. Shestak. Austin F. Shields. Troy J. Shields. Seneca S. Silva, Jr. Darren L. Similai. Christopher Michael Simpson. Ranhir L. Singh. Benjamin E. Skinner. Noah Fletcher Slate. Tyler James Stewart Smith. Shane M. Straw. Peter Wisanlong Satarjo. Matthew Paul Sweeney. Hunter C. Thompson. Finley Ross Thompson. Peter J. Tilson. Andrew Remsen Tilton. Michael Jonathan Todarian. Scott C. Tooley. Charles Ryan Toll. Francis Beenham Tran. John Pierce Tremewen. Alexander J. Twyford. Olisabuka E. Uba. James F. Urquhart Webb. Gabriel Alexander Valdivinos. Jordan Dean Weiss. Elijah James Villalon. David Williams Vincent. Jacob G. Berga. Ivan S. Burke. William Gregory Bishop Vlasic. Benjamin A. Bowles. Evan C. Von Essen. Michael Rubia. Dominic Rossi Wall. Ryan M. Walsh. Francis Alonzo Wandel III. Austin Weideman. Kevin Lewis Wells. Matthew John West. Dominic James White. Tyler Zachary Liam White. Ryan D. Wiesenfarth. Evan John Wolf. Lucas M. Woolger. Neil D. Woodward. Kyle Richard Young. Matthew John Uke. Kevin Anthony Zeller. Nicholas Carhelion Zill. And David Y. Zingaro. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2018, gentlemen. At this time, I invite our Director of Campus Ministry, Mr. Paul LaBeouf, to come forward and conclude our ceremony with a final blessing.
Please stand. We pray in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. As we bring to a close our celebration, we thank you for bringing us together, accompanying these young men and their families through the 4-year journey we've shared at Jesuit High School. As we leave here today, help us go forth, so that we may make your way known to all those we meet. Through each of our lives, members of this class, just from this place, Jesuit High School, continue being men with and for others. Be agents of change. Be people who build the kingdom of God. And may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord look kindly upon you and give you peace in all the days to come. And may the blessing and love of Almighty God come down upon you and remain with you forever. And we ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Lift the fourth, gentlemen. Say Ignatius of Loyola. Pray for us. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.